hope wherever you are in the world today is treating you well. Today I'm taking you on a quick tour of my job. You're just going to come to work with me real quick. This is my part-time job. I am a part-time TIG welder and stick welder. Today I'm going to be welding pistons, hydraulic pistons. They need to be welded really strong to make sure that they don't fall off or they don't fall apart. And also I have to make sure that the middle part does not get too hot because there's seals in here. I also change hydraulic piston seals. It took me a while to learn that, but it's a really good trade to know, or a hobby to know rather, because there's a lot of work in the breakdown industry. Normally what I do when I go to work is I come in, I go in the office, see what they need me to do. A machine shop, as you can see, there's a lot going on in the back. There's always different things going on. We always get different like odd jobs and whatnot, and today I'm going to be doing this, and then I have something else small that I'm going to be doing as well. So if you're interested, come hang out with me and I'll take you on a quick tour. Every few minutes the compressor goes on and it always scares the hell out of me because I'll be doing something, I'm like, that's why I can't be without these guys. So important for safety is your earplugs. If you don't protect it, you lose it. That's just a fact. I know so many men in this field that have horrible hearing. It's really important to protect your body parts, you know, and I wear this to protect my neck. This just to help protect my face from the rays of the high beam, like welding arc, you know, like it's very, very high, especially with TIG welding. It's really important to be covered as much as possible. General old school machine shop. So when I come in here, generally I work on like small skid steers. I generally do the stick welding for bigger machines, like the ones outside. This is actually dirt. Very like old school. My boss is a gentleman of age, so everything is very traditional. We have traditional milling machines, we have traditional lathes, and I also co-weld with a gentleman that is just wild. There's tons of steel over here. There's all different types of stuff everywhere. So this is my baby. This is my TIG welder. Got my pedal over here somewhere. Constantly losing this guy. As you can see, my aesthetic stool. But let me go ahead and get started for today. I'm going to be welding with this bad boy today. My boss actually bought extra helmets. This is the Miller Classic version. I like this a lot. It's got a whole panel in there. It's very similar to the one that I have, but it's just, you know, the screen's nicer. It's not as beat up. So I'm going to be welding with this bad boy today, and I really enjoy it. So shout out to Miller. They make wonderful helmets. I always have the Solberry cover wrap or whatever it is. It covers my neck. It's a really important piece in my wardrobe. So I'm going to be TIG welding these like little pieces. I don't even know what they are. Like these little half cylinders onto a piston rod. I'm not sure what they're working for. A lot of times when I weld, I'm not sure what goes into it. Generally it goes into like big machines because this is a heavy machine shop. So what I need is a steel filler wire, and then I'm always losing this. And then I use this torch. So with TIG welding, you have a foot pedal. Sometimes you have a control. I like the foot pedal, and it controls the arc, it controls the heat, and it creates a puddle. And then as you're creating a puddle, you're putting filler wire in it. So you're filling that puddle, creating a bond, which is essentially a weld. So what I'm going to be doing is welding these. Don't mind the compressor. I'm going to be welding these onto this. So as you can see, I already did that one. Tack welded this. Got to weld all around here, all around here. This right here is where the pistons sit. This right here is where the seals sit. So you want to make sure that this is not too hot, and you're putting a wet rag, cold rag on it so it doesn't cook the seals. So I'm going to go jump into welding. I'm using this helmet. This is a classic Miller helmet. Nice panel. It's the clear light lens technology, which I'm not sure what it means. Sounds fancy, but works well. Make sure I have my helmet on. Always make sure I have an earplug in. I don't know where I gotta find my earplugs. I'm always like, you're not supposed to put them in your pants. Once you take them out, you throw them out, but I reuse these sometimes. Put my earplug in. get my gnarly gloves. I've had these for a while. Generally, you use TIG welding gloves, but because I do all different types of welding, I just use the same gloves. I think TIG welding gloves are a lot better because you can feel the rod, or you can feel the filler wire rather, but I use these. For this, I'm just creating another bead on top of. So when you weld, you want to make sure that you wait a moment after TIG welding to allow for the air to release. So they'll have like this thing called post air that comes out, and maybe it's like 10 seconds, but you just let it sit there so it cools the weld down. This is very hot. Even though I have these rags on it, it's still very hot. The biggest thing is you want to keep the ram. Cool on the inside. For those of you who know about seals, you know they melt very easy. All right. I'm done with this guy. This is all welded. Now I'm going to move on to my next piece. That is this guy. Just got to run a bead right around. Technically I'm supposed to tack it, but I just do it really quick. It's really easy. I'm not sure what these go to either, but gotta weld it. For this job, because I'm short, I have to stand on this, which is not something I would normally recommend doing. Safety is always first. So I have to make sure that this is, stable and that I'm able to stand and also hit this at the same time. Get this out of the way. Make sure this is clean. No that one more time. OCD.
Do this?
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Move it up.
Okay.
This is good. Yeah.
Okay.
That's chipped. Looks like it's chipped. Yeah.
That's chipped, yeah.
This goes good.
And there's one right
great.
here. Is it clean? Can you just have one of the guys make sure there's no oil on it?
You're gonna have to heat it. Yeah, they're gonna have to heat it. I didn't realize there was more than one. It's like 2 or 3. You gotta do it by hand. Whenever you come back there, you gotta do it by hand. Make it a little higher so that the machine can actually
Yeah.
run.
Okay.
So there's 3 of them.
Can you just have Sean like take the oil off of it?
Yeah, I guess that, I don't know if you want to wash that. I think we should heat it with a torch.
You can hit it with paint thinner too, right?
Huh?
Hit it with like,
Yeah, black it in.
yeah, just to get the grunt.
I'll tell one of them to come and do it.
Okay, thank you.
Let me show them, all right? I can find throw that garbage out.
Okay. All right, you got it. Done. We gotta move on to this one. And now I have to weld this guy too, like little gears. Gotta pull those gears up. Sorry, I got cut off. I filmed a few scenes, I thought, but apparently my phone has a mind of its own. Anytime it's anywhere near a TIG welder, I highly recommend you do not have your phone near a TIG welder. I don't know how all these other people do it with filming themselves well, because every time I do it with any phone that I've had that's a smartphone, my phone goes crazy. It starts doing drafts to different people, like texting people, not sending it, but, you know, opening my music, opening up all different files in my phone, my pictures, my videos, opening up YouTube, playing different videos. It's really wild. So I definitely don't recommend, you know, having your phone by you when you're welding if you can help it. But that was pretty much a peek into my part-time job as a welder. I really enjoy working for an old school machine shop. I love it because unfortunately, manual machine shops, they are definitely a dying trade. Everything's moving to computers, to high-end CNC work. But the beauty of a manual machine shop is that it's custom. So there's not anything that, you know, comes into that shop that we can't work on, that we can't make. And one part of the shop I didn't show you, which I will definitely make a video on in itself. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this if anybody's interested, but is working with the lathes and the milling machines. We have a master machinist who's an older gentleman, and he is just so awesome at these machines. He'll have 3 of them running at once. And honestly, I probably won't see someone work with them like that again, because these machines are, you know, they're shipped out from other countries. A lot of them are like 80 years old. Like, a lot of people don't do this type of work anymore. So it's really neat. And I definitely want to at least record it and share it with others so they can see like how some of this, you know, fine custom work is done. But I really enjoy it. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. You know, being a tradeswoman, I just happen to like working with my hands. I like being challenged. I like seeing problems and trying to solve it, as opposed to like working at like a sit down job. I truthfully don't think I'm very smart to, you know, be like an accountant or anything like that, but I feel like with welding and with plumbing, if I can apply myself, if I'm willing to learn, then I can definitely, you know, do it. And with welding, I've come across so many different things inside the field, or out in the field rather, that I have been, you know, challenged with, that have just made me a better welder. Whether it's combining different metals, working with different materials that can make the welds come out, you know, atrocious, making sure things are cleaned appropriately, working in different elements. I've learned so much by just working, and I'm that type of learner. I really do better with hands-on. Plumbing's intimidating because it's just something that I'm not familiar with. I haven't had enough on the field training, but I am looking forward to becoming a master plumber one day. But I do hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this, please do like and subscribe to the channel. I really am looking to building a little community over here on YouTube. But with that said, I'll let you all go today. It's a rainy day. I'm gonna jump in my house and take a shower and fast, because it's my fasting day, so there's that. But I hope you all have a wonderful day ahead, and I will check you back again on the next video. Take care, friends.